Chapter 22. The Galaxy Fights Back. For a breathless instant, the Milky Way hovered at the edge of something. In the Earth Command Center, the holographic map of the galaxy hung above the floor like a frozen storm. Every Union node a tiny burning point. Every thread of light a strand in an impossible web. All of it converging toward a single, blinding focus at the center. "Field charge at maximum," a scientist reported, voice tight. "Every active node is feeding. Harmonics are..." "Sir, they're perfect." "I don't know how, but they are." Hawthorne didn't answer immediately. He was looking up at the convergence point where a knot of white had formed. No color, no texture, just coiled potential, tightening with each heartbeat. Across Union Hall, banners flashed. "Union Field, global convergence active, stand by." "No, really, stand by." Channels blew up. "Talk here, channel." "It looks like the Death Star." Confused, "Alien 04, what is a Death Star?" "Human." Reply, "Long story short, this is the good kind." In the command center, heads turned toward Hawthorne. "Sir," the scientist said again, swallowing, "Union Field is..." "Ready." He drew a slow breath. "All right," he murmured, "let's see what we are." The convergence point detonated. Not outward, forward. A single, impossibly bright beam speared out from the heart of the galaxy, thicker than a spiral arm, white shot through with colors too deep for eyes to parse. It didn't so much travel through space as rewrite the space in front of it, stitching itself from node to node, system to system, like a lightning bolt made of every sky at once. It passed through stars without dimming them. It passed through planets like a ghost through glass. It passed through ships. On a mid-rim freighter, a pilot screamed as the beam hit the bow, then kept screaming and laughing when the light poured through her hull, filling the cockpit with brilliance and leaving nothing behind but tingling skin and afterimages. Freighter pilot, Gylofex, "I thought I died, bro." Freighter pilot, Gylofex, "It just went through me." Soul engineer, "Creation energy discharge. Ignores anything alive or built with good intent. Probably, mostly, we think." On worlds under blue skies, the beam carved a white scar across daylight. People stumbled out of markets and factories and kitchens to stare up as if some god had drawn a line across heaven. Inside buildings, beams rose from nodes and passed right through ceilings and walls without leaving scorch marks or cracks. Just a cool, buzzing sensation, like standing under a charged storm cloud. In a cramped apartment on a core world, a node on a cluttered desk lit up, a thin column of light punching straight through the ceiling. The apartment's owner yelped, then reached out in awe, fingers hovering in the shimmering air. On Saren Talik's desk, in a quiet study far from Earth, a palm-sized ring of metal and crystal he had never told anyone about flared to life. Light rose from it in a narrow column, phasing through the ceiling and into the sky. Talik stared, pulse hammering. He hadn't thought of it as a choice, the day he'd assembled it from confiscated schematics and parts. It had felt like curiosity, insurance, a way to understand the thing he might one day have to oppose. Now the node hummed under his fingertips like a living organism. He hesitated. Then slowly he rested his hand on its frame. "I do not deserve this," he whispered. "But for her..." The column brightened a shade. On Argus Station, beams rose from every dock, every tenant hub. Every little node and apprentice had secretly bolted to a bulkhead for better throughput. Morgan Hale's office node sent its own narrow streamer up through the ceiling. Her staff cheered. She pretended not to, wiping at one eye as if it were just smoke from an overloaded circuit. High above the galactic plane, at a coordinate the Council's oldest archives called Cursed and humanity called Target, the beam reached the purge. There was no explosion, no audible roar, no cinematic corona. One moment the purge was there, an impossible devouring knot, a place where light and matter went to be unmade. The next, it was bathed in the full, screaming force of a galaxy's worth of creation. Every sensor in the Earth Command Center went blind. The main holo whited out. Signal saturation, someone hissed. We've lost spectrum, gamma, X-ray, all bands. Keep recording, Hawthorne said, eyes never leaving the blank blaze. We'll sort it out later. Far away, space folded. The purge compressed around the beam like a clenched fist around a spear of fire. Its erasure field howled against the intrusion, not with sound, but with curvature, bending local reality into knots as it tried to drink the field, to swallow this new thing like it had swallowed everything else. The Union field held, for now. Impact confirmed, a tech shouted, squinting at scrambling instruments. The beam is sustaining, but sir, the purge it's adapting. It's twisting its topology to absorb. We're not breaking it yet. On the holo, rough reconstruction showed a writhing knot of darkness buckling around a lance of white, the two locked in a silent tug of war at the edge of everything. Hawthorne's hands tightened on the rail in front of him. He saw it, the subtle shifts, the rotations, the purge doing what it had always done: adjust, consume, settle. He slammed his palm against the console. We hit it, he said, voice cutting cleanly through the command center. We hit it. He looked straight into the broadcast feed, into Union Hall, into a trillion watching eyes. Keep going, he roared. Play your hearts out. The words went everywhere.